Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I showed you all about how I went through my kids' closet and their drawers and sort of gave them a capsule wardrobe. So today I want to show you my pregnancy capsule wardrobe for the winter season, and I'm also going to show you a closet makeover. My closet has been on quite a journey over the past year and a half. I've really kind of worked to source pieces that fit me, that feel like me. I've really tried to embrace this idea of using Project 333 to create this capsule wardrobe that is intentional and filled with things that I really love and enjoy. We are encountering some really lovely January sunlight and it's coming in behind me, so I'm trying to sort of filter that through my curtains, so hopefully it will be nice and it won't be too distracting. So what I would like to do today is take you guys along, and I'm going to show you the changes that we have made in my closet and tell you how those have really worked to benefit me. And then I want to show you some of my favorite pieces in the closet, and maybe we'll do a little bit of styling at the very end. So with this Project 333 idea that I have been doing for over a year now, you choose 33 items of clothing, you wear those for 3 months, then you swap them out for 33 more items. Of course, there can be some crossover between summer and spring, between winter and fall. You're going to have some pieces that you keep in your capsule from season to season, and then some things are going to get completely swapped out. For me, some of these factors are maybe what's comfortable, what's appropriate as far as sleeve length, as far as thickness of material, and then also sometimes colors. There are certain colors, even within my light spring palette, which I think is mainly what I identify as, with a little bit of maybe soft autumn or something like that. There are certain colors that I am more likely to wear in some seasons versus others. As I was moving in, I've discussed this with you guys before if you have watched any of my Project 333 videos. This closet is mine. There's one on the opposite side of the room that mirrors it that is my husband's, but this one is fully mine. So when we first moved in, this one had 2 racks, and that's the biggest change as far as the closet makeover. I'll be honest, I really wanted to do wallpaper and make the shelves look prettier and, you know, spend some time and money on it. That may be a different video for a different day. For today, we're really just focusing on form and function. You know, this is not going to be the most Pinterest-worthy makeover, but it really has worked well for me, and I'm going to tell you why. I think this closet is a perfect example of doing what works best for you, even if that means that it sounds kind of counterintuitive. Taking a shelf out of a closet when you need more space sounds wrong. It sounds wrong to say you have more space to hang clothes, but that wasn't what I needed space for, and that shelf was actually getting in my way. So by removing that, but creating a lower shelf that allowed me to put my shoes underneath, I put my in-season shoes in the front and then my off-season shoes in the back. That allowed me to have that whole shelf space for my storage bins where I store files, keepsakes, all that kind of thing. When you have a shared space, as I know so many of you do, just like us, we don't have an office or a spare bedroom, so we really have to be creative and figure out what is the function for this space. Anytime I am feeling overwhelmed with a space and feeling like I don't know where to start, it really helps me to really kind of declare out loud, what is the purpose for this space? So what is the purpose for this closet? To store my in-season clothing, my Project 333, which is what is hanging behind me, to store my off-season clothing, or maybe clothing that I don't currently fit into, that's up here, and then to act as sort of an office/filing area, and that's what the bins are for below. So I asked my husband if he would build this shelf for me. He did a wonderful job, and the functionality of this closet is just so much better than it was before. So I am going to take you through, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite pieces in the closet, and then we'll do a little bit of styling at the end. This year, I've really been blessed by my thrift finds as far as outerwear, as far as coats. For the past several years, it's just been like a drought. I had been on the search for a camel coat and I could not find one. The one that I found is a little shorter than what I want, but it is head and shoulders above anything that I had found up until this point. So it really has changed my winter wardrobe having a really good selection of coats, a good selection of outerwear. This is something I talked about last year when I was talking about my fall and winter capsules, and I said I realized that I'm expecting my winter clothing to do something that they're not supposed to do. I'm expecting them to keep me warm in the way that a quality jacket would. And if you know me, you know that I appreciate a good bargain. I like a good deal. I like a good price. I enjoy thrifting and yard saling. And so it's not typical of me to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on a coat. So I was very thankful that I was able to find lots of coats this year. I want to show you a few of them. This Ralph Lauren one you have seen before. It's kind of in an olive green color. So this was not one that I have found super recently, and I don't know how well the color is going to show up on camera. So I brightened it up just a little bit so you can see. So this is what it looks like. It does have pockets. It is where you can button it over here. Well, normally you can if you if you don't have a pregnant belly, you can. So this is the first one. The next one is the camel coat I was showing you. The brand is Thread Supply. I do wish it was a little bit longer, but other than that, I really like the color of it, and I have reached for this one a lot over the past few weeks. It is fully lined, so it is warm. It's not as warm as my puffer jacket, but on days when I want a warm jacket but not something so thick, this is what I have been reaching for. And the last one I wanted to show you is from this last thrift trip. The brand is J. Jill, which I've come to realize when I find it in the thrift store, I really like this brand. It is called the J. Jill Heritage Tumbled Cord Coat. So it is a dark green and it's sort of like a corduroy, and it has sort of a Sherpa collar. This is a size small, so it's definitely not something that I'm going to be able to zip right now, but I'll be really excited to wear this next fall. So as we get into talking about my capsule as a pregnant woman in the winter, what's so nice about Project 333 is it's always dynamic. It's always moving and growing and changing. So the fact that I am rotating clothing out and bringing clothing in, it feels familiar to me, and it doesn't feel super heavy. I took one day where I was by myself in the thrift store, and I went in the dressing room with a cart full. I usually don't even allow myself to get a cart because I know it just means I will fill it up and then I'll possibly bring home too many things. But I was getting to the point where all of my tops were getting too short. In fact, I will insert a picture here and show you. This was in the fitting room. This was a size large. I thought maybe it would be long enough. You can obviously see that it definitely was not. But I was really running out of things that could accommodate the changes in my body. So I went to the thrift store. I tried on over 20 things and I came home with a lot of them. So it was really nice to add some new to me pieces to the wardrobe. I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you those. This that I'm wearing is one of them. I affectionately call this my Neil sweater. If you've watched the Santa Claus, you know Neil has his kind of ugly sweaters, and this is mine. This one was Chaps. It is a size 2X. I wanted lots of room for me and baby, and it still had the tags on it. It is very soft, very comfortable, but even with it being soft and comfortable, it is also very different. It is not something that I would normally wear. It's more of a bolder print. It's loud. It's something that's not to everybody's taste. And so I had to remind myself with a couple of these pieces, this caught your eye for a reason. If you like it, go ahead and grab it. And the first day that I wore this, I got multiple compliments on it. So, you know, just trust your gut, trust yourself. And if you're worried about somebody else liking your clothes, that really doesn't make sense because it's not their wardrobe, it's yours. All right, so I am going to have to wrap up for filming for today because we have somewhere to be, but I'm gonna pop in tomorrow and I'm gonna show you some of my favorite pieces and then some outfits. Hey everybody, it's the next day and I wanted to just show you a couple of the new pieces that I thrifted. The first one is this top, and let me kind of pan down and back up and I'll show you kind of the full length of it. So this one is kind of more of like a collared tunic top. It is incredibly soft. The brand is called Soft Surroundings. Let me tell you what the fabric blend is. Okay, it is a blend of polyester, rayon, and spandex. I haven't felt hot in it all day. It's just very nice and cozy. It is so soft. It's like a blanket. So this one is nice that it's longer. So I think I'll get a lot of wear out of this. And I wore it to church today, and I don't know, with the little gather right here, I truly felt like I looked pregnant. I look pregnant all the time now, but I don't know, it just has that look to it. I think it's very sweet. It does have this little detail where you could roll the sleeves up and kind of, you know, fasten them like this if you wanted to. But today I just wore it as it is. All right, the next one was another new with tags. I showed you that chaps one that I wore yesterday was new with tags. This is the brand Blue Mountain. Brand new with tags. Let me try it on and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I love a Henley top, and actually I had one pre-pregnancy years ago, and it was almost the same color, maybe a little bit darker, and it just with wash got thinner and thinner, and I couldn't wear it. This one I really like. It's just like a very, very light blue color. You know, it will time out eventually. It will get too short eventually, but I should be able to at least get a good little bit of wear out of it. It's very comfortable, very cozy. It's a blend of cotton, spandex, and polyester. Another really good long sleeve basic here. This is the brand Duluth, and it is a cotton and spandex blend. Let me kind of pan down, I'll show you. I love a good striped tee, and this one just hits me in a good spot. It has lots of room. Duluth is a great brand name. I found a lot of great brands on this thrift trip actually. But this one is very comfortable, very good for by itself or layering. And speaking of layering, let me show you what I found. I love anything white cable knit or cream cable knit. I found this open knit cardigan. It is by A New Day. It has tortoise shell buttons, and it is just lovely. Let me show it to you. There are several pieces that I think will transition well as I am not pregnant anymore, and I think this is one of them. With it being a medium, I think that I will still be able to wear this because I'm typically kind of a medium a lot of the time anyway. So I think that this is going to be a really nice one for me to have. All right, this one is something that I don't wear a lot. I don't wear a lot of the color red, but I actually really liked this one. This is Worthington brand, and it is a cotton blend. This one is a button front cardigan. It is by the brand Laura Scott, and it is a cotton blend as well. Now, this is one of those ones that, like I said, with some of the others, is going to transition well to after the fact. I will be able to wear it open for longer. I'm timing out on being able to wear it closed. And my camera always picks up the color navy funky for whatever reason, so it's not quite showing up true to color. But I really love the material. Again, I love the cable knit, and I think that this will be a really nice transition piece after I am pregnant. All right, so I mentioned yesterday with that chaps sweater that there were a couple of pieces that were different and maybe not to everyone's taste. So the chaps sweater was one, and then this was another one. And it was one of those things, like I took them into the dressing room and I thought, you know, I like this. Is this weird? And I just decided to trust my gut and go with it. It doesn't matter if everybody else likes it. It only matters if I like it. And again, the first time that I wore this one, I got compliments on it too. So not that you have to get compliments on what you wear, but it is nice whenever it happens. Let me pan down, I'll show you. The brand on this is Alfred Dunner, and it is just this kind of, it looks like a quilt. It's just a quilted looking jacket that has a receipt in the pocket. It does have pockets. It's nice and roomy. And I don't know, I just think that it's fun. I think that it is different, obviously. It's unique. I don't have anything like it. And it's very comfortable while still, you know, just looking intentional. All right, and the last piece that I wanted to share from that thrift collection was this thrifted sweater. It is by the Lucky brand, and it is a cotton blend. I do actually already have a sweater in this color. It is a waffle weave sweater by Aerie. I thrifted it and I've shown it here before. So I debated whether I even needed to buy this or not, but I just thought the little detailing was so cute, these little kind of nodules in the fabric. This has very much kind of been my winter postpartum wardrobe, has just been maternity pants and then a loose fitting top, maybe an oversized sweater or maybe layering a cardigan over something, but that has very much kind of been my uniform over the winter maternity pants, and a big oversized sweater. Now let's talk about shoes for just a moment. Whenever it was a little bit warmer, which actually we're having kind of a warm day today, but it has been very cold lately. Whenever we are having a little bit warmer days, I will opt for a shoe that I don't have to wear socks with maybe. So today for church, because it was a warmer day, I am wearing my Birdie's loafers. You guys have seen these. I thrifted these from Salvation Army. They were an excellent find and I love them. After doing a little more research on the Birdie's brand, the brand was actually created to be an indoor kind of dressy slipper option for when you're hosting and the last minute you realize, you know, you don't have shoes on or you're in your socks. But they said that people started wearing them actually out in the world, and so they kind of expanded their brand to be indoor and outdoor shoes. But all that to say, they have the quilted lining. They are very comfortable. So I wore those today to church. I've been wearing them whenever the weather's warmer. The other shoe option whenever it has not been frigid outside has been my universal thread loafers. These were thrifted from Goodwill. They are just a dark brown color. I've shown them before. So those have been my shoes that I'm pulling from on warmer days. But pretty much I'm rotating between two pairs of shoes right now due to the weather. I'll show you which ones those are. The first are my Nisolo Chelsea boots. I've shown these again and again. I need to wash them. I need to condition them. But I have worn these so much. They are real leather. They're very good quality. They're very comfortable and they keep me warm. The other option is a very comfy, cozy, casual option. It is my Tasman Uggs. I have never in my life owned a pair of Uggs. These were a Christmas gift from my husband. We agreed to just do stockings this year, so I stuffed his with very much typical stocking stuffers, and in the bottom of my stockings he stuffed a pair of Uggs. So this is what they look like. Again, very like indoor outdoor slippers is kind of the feel. So these have been really fun to pair some of my thicker socks with. They pair really nicely with that chaps sweater that I wore yesterday. That was what I wore yesterday with them. I wore my Tasmans. Someone asked me if they are comfortable and, you know, good to walk in. They are incredibly comfortable. I would say walking in them long distances or up hills is a little bit hard because there's just not a lot of give, not a lot of bend, if that makes any sense. They are incredibly comfortable. I'm so glad that I have them, but if you were walking a really long distance, I would choose something, maybe not these. All right, so I have just totaled up for you to kind of get a number where we are. If I include all of my jackets, if I include pretty much everything that's hanging in my closet right now, minus a couple shirts that I'm pretty sure are too short that I'm gonna have to be cycling out, we are at 37 items of clothing. Again, that includes outerwear, that includes those two pairs of shoes that I showed you. It's pretty much everything that I'm wearing on a regular basis. I don't feel restricted at all. I feel like I have more than enough things to pull from with those 37 pieces. And I think probably a lot of that, and not feeling the restriction, I think a lot of that comes from just wanting to be comfortable and knowing what feels good. And if you feel good, you're gonna look good. You know, it's just kind of a natural byproduct. So yeah, that is my capsule wardrobe of 37 pieces. I am rapidly losing my daylight. You can see behind me that the sun is starting to set. All right, you guys, well, that concludes this video of showing you my mini closet makeover and then showing you my pregnancy capsule wardrobe using Project 333. I'm really pleased with the pieces that I have found. I have found that if you are patient and if you go often, you can find some really quality pieces by thrifting, even if you are in a size that you are not normally, or if your body is experiencing changes like mine is. So thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and Project 333 is new to you, or you haven't watched any of my previous videos on this topic, I will have a playlist linked at the end of this video. It will take you through all of my videos about Project 333 and going through all of the different seasons. It's really fun to kind of see the closet change and evolve as we go through different seasons, and each season feels very fresh dressing this way. All right, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.